Yo, I just got shot at by a fucking 9mm by some little kid because I wouldn't buy water from him. So my life could have been in it. Thank you so much, ma'am. They're looking for the casing right now. But I did not know that he shot at me. And I want to thank you. Thank you so much.
It's all right. It's all right. You got my number on the back of that thing you gave me. So if you need to talk to me, let me know.
I really thought he just shot something at my car. But he shot at me with a 9mm, and the bullet is right here in front of my dash. Thank you so much. God bless you. Okay.
You take care of
All
yourself.
right,
Okay.
sweetie. Thank you. Look at this shit. The nigga just shot me, bruh. Shot at me. Look at this shit. The fucking bullet is in the car.
Wow. The very first thing that comes to mind is that I believe in abortion. That's the very first thing that comes to my mind. All right, let's just jump into it. This right here is a case of toxic masculinity at its finest, or at its youngest, where we have boys coming up who are not being taught. You know what? I need your help with this, honestly. We need to talk about, one, what is causing this, how to get it to stop, how do we identify what's going on, and then how do we get onto the other side of this. In my point of view, I feel that this is toxic masculinity. I feel like this is a result of a lot of different things. One, people having children who perhaps did not want to have children, maybe wanted to have children but didn't have environments that were conducive to raising healthy, well-adjusted human beings. Three, toxic masculinity pervasive in a lot of our cultures where boys are not being taught how to deal with rejection from a woman. Like, honestly, do you think that he would have shot at a man had a man said, you know, I don't want to buy your water? There, you know, there's something that, you know what? I wish that I could remember this quote. Maybe some of you out there know the quote. But the quote talks about how violence in a culture against women ensues with first the ideas of women being lesser than, and just the trajectory that this thought pattern leads people into the culture of violence against women. And so there are a lot of different things going on here. This boy's lack of respect for human life. He's too young to have a gun out there. And have you guys seen a 9mm is a big gun with a big caliber and big kickback. And I'm just like, you know, I'll never forget when I was first graduating from college. There were a lot of my friends who were going into that program in New York City where you would become a teacher, and then after a certain amount of years they would pay off your student loans, right? So I had a chance to sit in on a few classrooms in the urban inner city in Brooklyn, and what I saw was horrifying. It was horrifying. Just you know what? If you haven't been in there, it's difficult to describe. But a lot of anger, a lot of internal pent up frustration, volatility, toxicity, lack of regard for themselves and other people, inability to deal with authority figures. A lot. You know, and it's like, I feel like in order for us to combat this problem, I feel like we got to look at it straight on. You know, there's a lot of different types of black people out there. I remember when I sat in my first classroom, when I went home that night, I was horrified. I actually, as I was going to sleep, I was having this vision of just this huge tidal wave just coming and washing out all of those people and stranding them on a desert island where they could just lord the fly one another. It was so hugely problematic, and it's like, where do you think this little boy is going? He's on his way to prison. And when I say that I believe in abortion, in the book Freakonomics, there's a section that talks about the decreasing crime rate and how that was directly related to Roe versus Wade, that when abortion became legal, people were then able to not give birth to children that they knew that they did not want. You know, when I see these hoteps and hotepians posting about how there's so many black children who are being killed by Margaret Sanger's policies at the Planned Parenthood, and I just think to myself, what type of life is there for a person who their parents definitely knew that they did not want them? What type of emotions and hormone filled that womb when a desperate mother does not want the child that she's carrying? What type, because you know what it's like, we women, we are the vessels. And so when you have something inhabiting your person which you do not want in there, which you wish that you could extract from your body, what is the emotional and the chemical climate like in your womb when you do not want that offspring? We got enough, listen, like I said, I don't know if that woman wanted that boy, but we got enough issues. We got enough issues with the dysfunction that exists in households where the parents did want the children. I can't even imagine what would exist if women were forced to carry and give birth to offspring that they did not want. Talk to me about how do we solve this issue? When I said that there's a lot of different types of black people. There are a lot of different cultures of black people. And you know what? For black people like me, it's easy for us to forget. It's easy for us to sit in a bubble of accelerated learning classes and preparatory schools. It's easy for us to sit in a bubble of education being expected of and demanded of you in your household. It's easy when you care about life. It's easy when you're surrounded by people who care about life and who respect life. It's easy. But I wonder, I don't know, you know what, it makes me so sad. I don't even know how to continue with this video. Talk to me. How do we combat this? Because it's like, it's all fun and games. It's like people, don't have abortions. Go full term. We need more black people. All the black children that were aborted. And I'm like, it's quality over quantity. Because is a black person like this in the fight? This boy is on his way to prison. Is he in the fight for the betterment and upliftment of black people? I mean, maybe one day he could be, but right now he's about to get churned into the system. And he's going to come out a better criminal than he was when he went in. Or at least have better criminal knowledge. There's hope for everyone. And so I don't know, but it's like, I remember when I first heard about Bill Cosby's son being murdered. You know what it's like? It's all fun and games until somebody's child, whose child who was not wanted, goes and murders your child who was. It's like, it's all fun and games. It's all fun and games until it comes to your doorstep. It's all fun and games until that shot is being fired at you or somebody that you know. It's all fun and games. It's all fun and games until you don't feel safe walking home. It's all fun and games until those people who have found their brotherhood in gang activities. It's all fun and games until one of them see you try to tell them that their headlights are not on, and then they turn around, follow you, and kill you. It's all fun and games until I can't anymore. I need your feedback below, because I don't like this, but I don't know. How do we solve this? We're talking about a little boy. Somebody would not buy water from him, and he felt so little regard for this woman's life that fired a shot that struck her car. And I don't know how to fix, I don't know how to fix this level of dysfunction, this level of hurt, this level of just, I don't know how to fix it. It's like it's gonna take a joint effort. But what is the solution? I just don't know. I don't know. There's a documentary on Netflix called The Mask You Live In. It's a documentary about toxic masculinity. But is that even it? There's so many different layers of issues in this. Anyway, listen. Tonya TKO, and I'm out. Make sure you subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. I put up videos weekly, so, and subscribe to my mailing list. All right, Tonya TKO, and I'm out. Peace.